What is going on, YouTube? Sorry, we got our generator over there in the background running. We're up here, And I thought I'd show you guys the new car. Um, so, go over a couple things on it and what it needs, what I have done already, and stuff like that. So, here it is. This is a 2004 Pontiac Grand Prix GTP with the Comp G package, which means it's got paddle shifters, tap shift, and GTP supercharged 3.8. It's a little dirty inside right now, but well, not really, I guess. Get a boroscope and my jumper cables. And then inside, factory Comp G17s. I think they look pretty good. Comp G badge up there. Come around here, you got a GTP competition group badge down there. And that's really about it. So, this mirror is different colored. When I got this, actually it's in the back. The mirror was broke, so I ended up getting a new mirror. I'll show you this as well. The headlights, these are factory headlights, but they look good to me. It actually had a clear aftermarket set in here. I put the LEDs in it from the Yukon because the Yukon's not being driven right now. And this is, especially going up and down this canyon at night and stuff, we like to see. So I put them in, but I didn't get this side set correctly. So when me and Dad took it for a test drive, it fell out and we ran it over. So I went to the junkyard. I got these factory lights, and I know they're factory because every single Grand Prix we looked at, they released lights, and these were actually the best ones. Every other one that I even touched or looked at was fogged over, really rough shape. So I got those. It's registered. We've been driving it up and down here. Dad's been taking me to work and stuff in it. Took me up to group and stuff the other day, and it's been doing good. The funny thing is, I tried to do the registration online, like my buddy does, and he's like, "Oh yeah, it'll take about 3 days for them to send you proof of registration." It's like, well, the reason I'm doing it online is because I need the car now. But whatever. 2 or 3 days go by, and I found absolutely nothing on my email, nothing. I got a confirmation number, and they took my money and payment receipt. That's it. It's like, what the fuck? So I went into the DMV, and I ended up just going in there and telling them, hey, look, I did this online, and I need to figure out if it's gone through. And they're like, oh yeah, let me look. And, oh, nah, nothing's gone through. Give me a sec. And she gets on the phone, and she's on the phone for maybe 2 minutes. And she hangs up the phone, gets on the computer, prints my temporary and my registration. We're good to go. So what I did, because Utah only sends you temporaries now. They don't send you, or they only give you temporaries at the DMV. They send your plate in the mail. So what I did is I ended up taking, it's a paper temporary. These windows are dark, It's got tint, which I'm going to leave the back. The fronts I might remove because they're peeling and pulling up, but it's got some decent tint in the back, so I'm just going to leave it. But the windows are dark, so I can't just throw it in the back window. It'll be good. You won't be able to see it. So I actually took it and took the plate that was on here from the previous owner, and I took the plate and I flipped it around backwards, put the temporary in a Ziploc bag, and used the license plate as a back, so it's got some support. Then taped it to it and stuff, just so it's on there and will stay. Now the other thing is that I got for this car is actually the license plate. Obviously I still have to wait for it to be sent, but they have a new special edition plate here in Utah. It's like the all black plate that you can already get, but in the corner it has an American flag that says 1776, and at the bottom it says America 250. I thought that was very cool. So, at no extra charge, that's what's going on the car. So, as I mentioned, I'll show you the interior real quick. It's got, this thing is fully loaded minus a sunroof. There is no sunroof in it. Oh, that keys in the ignition. Now, this car is not perfect either. I did get it for free. Oh, come on. I know the door's open. But it does have, in my opinion, 140,000 miles. That's low miles. Very low miles. For those of you guys, hold on. This radio is going to kick on. There we go. For those of you guys who know us and know me, all of our stuff has over 200,000 miles. Well over. My Yukon has like 298, 297. My Jimmy that I'm still working on, getting ready, has like 272. So, everything we own. I think the only thing is my dad's Camaro. It's a 93 Camaro with like 170. So, 140,000 is actually pretty good. I think the lowest miles I've ever had, other than this, was probably an 06 Saturn Ion I had that I bought wrecked. And then the 2013 Sonic I bought at a dealership. That thing didn't even have 100,000 on it. So, I'd say that's pretty good. Now, as I mentioned, this does have, I don't know, turn these headlights on for you too. The LEDs in there. Now, when I got this car, that high beam wouldn't work. Checked the fuses, nothing. We didn't know what the fuck. And Dad was actually dealing with it yesterday and found out that the reason they were not working is what we were going to do is I was just going to take a wire and hardwire it from the passenger side into the driver's side and kick on the high beam. Don't have to do that now because, you know, Dad figured it out. The pin in the connectors, or maybe it was the headlight or something. I think it was the connector. The pins that connect the bulb, they were pulled out slightly. So anytime you put a bulb in there, they just wouldn't make contact like they should. And yeah, they wouldn't work. So we fixed that up. Now, when I did get this car, nothing too crazy, but it is worth mentioning. It had one LED bulb in this side for the brake light and one regular halogen in this side. So I ended up just putting halogens back in the car all the way around, or, you know, in here in the tail lights. And I was messing around the other day, pulled all the previous owner's information out of it and put it in the trunk. When I did that, I actually found the second LED taillight bulb. I don't know why they only put one in, but I do have both of them if I decide to put them in. Another thing, concerning lighting. Like I said, it's got a heads-up display too. It's got full LED interior lights. Somebody's already gone through, swapped them all out. Even those. And it did have some here. I don't know what's going on with this one. I don't know if we've pulled the bulb out or not. But this one, I think the switch or something's bad. Because this light would not turn off. It was on constantly. So we ended up just popping this clip out. Or this cover off. Throwing in a... Actually, we didn't even throw another bulb in there. We just pulled the bulb and called it a day. Because we got to figure out some things with that. Now, here is the other thing. Let me shut this key off. Down to the nitty gritty on why I got this car for free. Because so far it doesn't look like, and honestly, even with this issue, I shouldn't have got this car for free. But I did. Here you go. Supercharged 3.8. The first thing is, I had a misfire. Pretty good misfire, actually. And it would go away, it would come back, it'd go away. Pop this trunk for you. Come back here. So here's the headlight that was in here. Yeah, pretty smashed up. There's the mirror. That's what it's supposed to look like. I like the factory smoked ones anyway. And is this it? No. There is right here. This is the plug wire that was on it. Now I didn't put this boot back on it, which I should have. However, we put this tape on here because there's a pretty big gap inside here. It's pretty cut. So, okay, throw some tape on it. We'll fix it. Hopefully. And it seemed to work. So we started driving it, and then the misfire this time would not go away. I don't know what the hell was going on with it. But it was misfiring real bad. My sister gave us that Bonneville that needs a motor. So I've actually been pulling some parts off of it, like the tail light bulbs that I put in here came out of that car. So the coil packs, I've got the coil packs in the back for this because who knows, I thought maybe that was the issue. And then the plug wires. So I put one plug wire on here, just the cylinder 5 that was misfiring. And let me tell you, there is a night and day difference. The car doesn't misfire no more, and it's got all its power. But that is not the issue. When I got this, before I got this, so it came from my old neighbor, one of our old buddies. A good buddy of mine, actually. Well, one of my old neighbors, and he was in our church ward. And he came in to work one day and said, "Hey, you guys still tinkering on cars?" I was like, "Yeah, actually." He's like, "You want a free one?" I've done a lot of work to it. I'm just done messing with it. I'm like, "Okay, yeah." It's like, "Yeah, it's an 04 Grand Prix, supercharged motor. It has a transmission issue." Like, "Okay, cool." He's like, "But I have a transmission." Okay, cool. About a week later is when we actually went and picked it up. And when we started it, because he said there was a rattle. And so he was told by, whoever, the shop that it was at, that he needed a transmission and whatnot. And so we go and we start it up, and no, there's no transmission rattle. If anything, that's flex plate rattle. Drove down to our storage, and we left it down there for a while, left it down there. I mean, went back the next day, and I have to disclose this. I don't drive it. I can't drive. Not for a while, so Dad's been doing all the driving. But anyway, we go back down there, and I'm starting to listen to it, and somewhere under here is where that tick is. So my first instinct is, okay, it's supercharger noise. So I texted the guy I got it from, and he said, actually, no. I thought it was supercharger myself and completely rebuilt the supercharger, and it still makes the noise. Now, before I even texted him, what we did to test our supercharger ourselves, before I even got contact with him again, was I pulled the supercharger belt. And pulling the belt, no pulley, no supercharger. It will not run, or will not spin the supercharger. There's two different belts. You only have this one for the supercharger, and then you have the regular serpentine belt. So realistically, if you did have something wrong with the supercharger, you could pull the belt and drive this home. If the supercharger locked up or whatever, you know. And so I pulled the belt, we fired it up, still making that noise. Now, it's not a rod knock. It's got to be something up in the top end. You can drive it sometimes. Like the other day, we went into group, went to Twilla, and we got there. Absolutely no noise. It was running great. My dad picked me up from work one night, and we came back up here. Well, we got up here, absolutely no noise. It was running great. And then other times there's the noise. Now, it's always there when you start it. Like when it wasn't making the noise, when we got up here, actually when we got to group 2, wasn't making the noise. Dad revved it a couple times. It sounded healthy. Shut it off, started it, noise is back. I don't know. But like I said, it's not supercharger noise. Because we, we pulled the belt off the supercharger. Apparently, supercharger's been rebuilt. All that good stuff. So, I don't know exactly what it is. I have to find the time. I don't have any tools up here with me either. Dad does, but they're gone right now. They had to go move my aunt's trailer and a car they have from somebody's field to somewhere else. I don't even know. So they're not even here. But I have to get my tools up here because I have to pull the rear valve cover because it's leaking oil pretty good, which I know. Oh, they're in there. I know I shouldn't. However, I have a very good one here off that Bonneville, so I'm going to use it. I know you shouldn't ever reuse gaskets like that, but I've got a good gasket, and I don't have the $70 that it takes to put a new set of gaskets on this. I really don't. I don't have $75. The coil packs actually are relatively cheap. I think I can get this whole setup, all three of them, for like $70, which actually isn't that bad. But for 2 gaskets, geez. Spark plug wires, I get all 6, the whole kit, for like $35, if that. So eventually this will get a full tune-up. I know that my sister just put so the deal with her car, it's an 02 Bonneville. She gave it to us with no title because she didn't get a title. She got it, her boyfriend, my brother-in-law, whatever, who I've known forever. They went and got this car. I guess he does mobile mechanics and stuff, so I think they might have acquired the car that way. I don't even remember how they got this car. And the lady or whoever it was, the guy was supposed to sell him or give him a title when they bought it or got it somehow. And